If we could just get a suggestion of maybe an occupation.
Plumber.
Plumber? Yeah, plumber it is.
I like my men like I like my plumbers. They're a bit cracked.
I like my men like I like my plumbers, breaking their roto-rooters on my hard blockage.
I like my men like I like my plumbers. I don't care if they blow my seal.
I like my men like I like my plumbers. Showing me their snake.
I like my men like I like my plumbers. ADA certified?
I like my men like I like my plumbers, digging shit out of my U-bend.
I like my men like I like my plumbers. Driving without a license.
I like my men like I like my plumbers with just enough crack.
I like my men like I like my plumbers, driving around in windowless vans.
I like my men like I like my plumbers. My favorites are the two Italian men from Brooklyn.
I like my men like I like my plumbers. If I spring a leak, he can patch me up.
I like my men like I like my plumbers. They're not afraid to get elbow deep.
I like my men like I like my plumbers. I know they're flush, but they're still coming to my place.
I like my men like I like my plumbers, packing my shit through a tight passage.
I like my men like I like my plumbers. They're so good they can turn my nuts with their hands.
I like my men like I like my plumbers, charging more on weekends.
I like my plumbers on call 24/7 if my basement floods.
I like my men like I like my plumbers, running hot, running cold, running.
New object. An object that you would find, I don't know, in aisle 7 at Target.
Sheets.
Like bed sheets? Yeah. Okay.
I like my men like I like my sheets, Egyptian.
I like my men like I like my sheets. They always cover me at night.
I like my men like I like my sheets, I can count 1,000.
I likes my men's like I likes my sheets. I like them full, but I'd rather have a twin.
I like my men like I like my sheets, unwashed.
I like my men like I like my sheets. In the closet.
I like my men like I like my sheets, tucked in.
I like my men like I like my sheets. They glow underneath a black light.
Crunchy.
Oh. I like my men like I like my sheets. Sometimes it's better when you put it fuck!
Try it again.
I'm gonna try that again. I like my men like I like my sheets. Sometimes it's better when you put a towel down first.
Yes.
It's less funny the second time.
I like my men like I like my sheets. 3 of them blowing, 3 sheets to the wind.
Hey.
I like my men like I like my sheets. Spread on my bed. Thank you. Thank you.
I like my men like I like my sheets. I should really change them more often.
I like my men like I like my sheets, covered in my sweat, oil, and cum.
I like my men like I like my sheets. I can get lost inside of them.
Occupation. Another occupation.
Oyster sugar.
I got one more. But then you gotta stay up there and get the first house.
I like my men like I like my sheets. I spend 8 hours underneath them every night.
Nice. No occupation. Occupation.
Window washer.
Window washer. Thank you.
I like my men like I like my window washers. They make me squeak.
I like my men like I like my window washers, hanging from my window in a basket.
I like my men like I like my window washers. I can see him coming from outside.
I like my men like I like my window washers, hanging on the side of my massive structure. I like my men like I like my window washers, OSHA compliant.
I like my men like I like my window washers. They get me wet, but they clean up afterwards.
I like my men like I like my window washers, hired by contract. I like my men like I like my window washers. They sure know how to use that squeegee.
I like my men like I like my window washers. They come twice a month.
I like my men like I like my window washers, strapped in for safety.
Okay, I think this one's pretty bad. I like my men like I like my window washers, dressed like superheroes, and I picked them up at the children's hospital.
I like my men like I like my window washers. Pretty young and I don't have to pay them too much.
I like my men like I like my window washers. The really good ones can do it all in one stroke.
New object. Oh, wait.
I like my men like I like my window washers, just watching.
And we all learned something about Jackie tonight. I like my men like I like my window washers, always horny.
Object. New object. Anybody.
Potato.
What's that?
Potato.
Potato.
Yeah.
Potato.
I like my men like I like my potatoes. He's my best spud.
I like my men like I like my potatoes, with the capacity to wipe out almost the entire population of the Irish. I'm Scottish! I like my men like I like my potatoes, stuffed full of bacon and cheese and roasted at 350 degrees for 50 minutes.
That's a little harsh.
I like my men like I like my potatoes. They don't have to be exceptional, just alright.
I get it.
I like my men like I like my potatoes, covered in my sour cream.
I like my men like I like my potatoes, with the eyes full of semen.
I like my men like I like my potatoes. They're shiny and covered in tinfoil.
I like my men like I like my potatoes, lightly baked.
I like my men like I like my potatoes, just the skin.
I like my men like I like my potatoes, all eyes are on my mouth.
I like my men like I like my potatoes. I can get 5 of them for $5 at TGI Fridays. I like my men like I like my potatoes. The good ones can really yam it up.
I like my men like I like my potatoes. Turns out, Idaho.
I like my men like I like my potatoes, whipped.
I like my men like I like my potatoes. Sweet.
I like my men like I like my potatoes, liquefied and shoved down a Russian's throat.
I like my men like I like my potatoes, fingerlings.
I like my men like I like my potatoes, covered in gravy.
Oh,
everybody.
In your